So we have been the official owners of Katala, our new van, for about 16 to 18 hours. Sam left work early yesterday and we rocked it down 3 hours. And we saw the van and we got it.
And I think it was 2 hours from going to see it to trading the paperwork and us being handed the keys.
This sort of frenzy took over. It's like we saw this van about 2 days ago, and because of his work and because it was weekend, we couldn't go and see it, and it was quite far.
Yeah.
And literally we were just hoping that nobody else is gonna go take it. Good vans go quickly, and this one had a lot of interest.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it wasn't that well positioned for people to go snatch it out quickly. I don't know. But it was incredible that we even managed to get it. The guy's name is Andy, and he was great. He's a very, very good guy, and he took care of this van so well.
Yeah, like this van has been serviced by VW since brand new. Everything that had to be done on it, even the advisories, you know, where you take it to the garage and they're like, well, you should replace this or that, they were done as well. And he even replaced the clutch just because his colleagues said it sometimes doesn't quite pull up the hill correctly. Yeah. So he replaced the clutch. Yeah. When you went under the van in the other ones, there was always some sort of residual oil or something else. This one was clean. It was dusty, but it was clean of anything like that, any drips, anything. It was brilliant. I would say the three things that sold us on this van, the first one is the engine. So most crafters have a small engine. 109 brake horsepower, which for this size vehicle is not enough. Most cars have more than that. But this one has a 163 horsepower, it has 2 turbos, and it is a Blue Motion engine as well, which means it's more economical. Reason 2, the guy who we spoke to was genuine. He was really good. He knew his stuff.
Andy respected basically the guidelines and how to maintain the vehicle, and he cared about how it was used and who used it and things like that, which is something we very much respect, and it's similar to how we work when we were selling our car in New Zealand. So
yeah, and you can tell that by looking at the vehicle. And then I think reason 3 is the fact that the price was bang in the middle of our price range for such a good vehicle.
Yeah, there's a reversing camera, GPS, Bluetooth, and all those, and there's extra perks like that, like those. There's a hanging place in the cabin.
All these things that if you were to buy from VW or an approved auto trader like that themselves, it would be like £100 this, £200 that, £200 there. It's like
I think retail price this van will be about 40,000.
He said it was 40,000 new.
Yeah.
And we got it for 8,300.
Yeah, and it was so well priced because it is slightly above the mileage that we were going for. It's 128 k currently on the what is
odometer.
It? Odometer. Yeah. Which is a little bit higher than we were going for, but considering how well it's kept, it's better than some vans that have done 70k. The money actually took less than 30 minutes to actually jump into his account. Yeah. In that time, we had filled in the change of ownership, had looked at the tax and the insured, and then it was done. We suddenly had a van. We owned a van. Literally all we could do is follow the basic instructions of, okay, now drive away with this van, park somewhere, look around, acknowledge the fact that now you're sitting in the van, and then it was like, okay, now we need to get it back home. During the drive we were discussing what the van's name should be, because it's a very important question to address at the moment that you buy the van. So her name is Katala, so this is our van, Katala. Her name used to be Carol, because the engineers that drove her name Carol. We tried to keep the name Carol, but actually it's a bit hard for me to say. I keep having to roll my tongue in a very unnatural way, because I can say R, not R very easily.
So we just went through a list of names beginning with K or C, because obviously it's a crafter and we like that kind of flow and ring to it. So
I would say maybe Katala is the surname, Carol is the first name.
Let's go with that.
But we're gonna call her by her surname because I like it.
Yeah, and then it can be shortened to Kat or Tala. Which one
do you prefer to shorten it down to?
Kat or Tala?
Yeah, Katala to Kat or Tala. So as we're working through the shock of suddenly owning a van about 9 months before we were planning to own a van, to work through the shock, we're gonna start dismantling the walls. So we're gonna remove the bulkhead, and we wanna clean it and see what needs to be done to it. And that's probably gonna be the next few videos, because this video is probably already too long.
Go to our website for our new merch, join us on Patreon for exclusive discounts and content, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss a video. See you later, peeps. So we've got our toolkit, we've got our screwdriver, so subscribe for our van build, which is now actually about to happen. We'll catch you there.